What's good, my peeps? It's the Ruckus, back at you again with part 2 of our Inhumans 2-pack series of reviews from Marvel Legends. Today we are looking at Medusa and Gorgon of the Inhumans, of the royal family. And it is not lost on me that Hasbro put these two together in the 2-pack, Medusa and Gorgon. If you go back to Greek mythology, you've got the creature known as the Gorgon Medusa. You remember that the lady with the hair, serpents for hair, and if you looked at her, you'd be turned to stone. So of course, Marvel back in the day when they came up with the Inhumans in the old Fantastic Four series, they had Medusa and they had Gorgon. Well, they started off with Medusa, and then when the entire royal family was introduced, you saw Gorgon. And looking at him in this packaging, he's looking very, very impressive. He is a big dude, so we're going to see exactly how big. We can get an idea looking in packaging, but we'll get an idea for real. We'll know for sure how big he is when we get him out of said packaging. You've got the Inhumans logo there on the bottom, and on the top we've got the Black Bolt logo, which I guess is he's representing all of the Inhumans. He should be. He's the king. Then on one side we have a couple thumbnails of artwork, and on the other side we have some different artwork in those thumbnails. And on the rear we have our, get him straight for the camera, wow, we have some more of that artwork, and we've got our readout. Queen Medusa sits atop the throne of Atalon with the prehensile hair gifted her by exposure to the Terrigen mists, along with fellow member of the Inhuman royal family Gorgon, who can create kinetic shock waves with his hooved feet. And that is for sure. He is capable of creating earthquake shock waves of devastating intensity, and he's also super strong. The only Inhuman of the royal family stronger than he is Black Bolt himself. Now that we've removed the set from its packaging, Gorgon looks even bigger now that we can see his feet. This guy is huge. Now, officially, Gorgon is 6'7". This looks way larger than that. I tell you, Hasbro, when it comes to scale in their Marvel Legends line, it's all over the place. Now, we know this because, once again, Gorgon is 6'7", right? As far as the comics are concerned. Who else is 6'7" in the comics? She-Hulk is 6'7". The Kingpin, Wilson Fisk, he's 6'7". You know how big Hasbro made Wilson, right? There you have it. Anyway, we see what's going on with the accessories. Gorgon comes with some huge mace-like thing that's translucent. And I don't know if it's actually a mace. I think it's something that's housing the Terrigen mists, because they're usually portrayed as green. Anyway, we do have that. He's got a second set of hands. Of course, one is to grasp. That we'll call it for now until I realize what exactly it is. Mace. And Medusa has another faceplate, basically, we see up there, and a second set of hands as well. Now, out of their clamshell, we get the full view of these two figures, and I will say that this Medusa is the best Medusa we've gotten to date. It's on the super articulated, I guess we call it, female body, first introduced by the Black Widow about 3 years ago, I'd say, and definitely that. And as for Gorgon, you're looking at him, they're both standing there. This is a big boy. Now, I want you to take into consideration, I've got him standing the way I believe he's supposed to stand. With satyr legs, they don't necessarily stand straight up. Their legs are bent in, like there's two sets of ankles. So and he's still a big boy. And we're going to take a measurement right now while he's standing. So this guy, as is rocking at about 8.25 inches tall. Like that, he's 8.25 inches tall. I'm going to straighten out his legs, and we're going to take another measurement. And here he is. I haven't adjusted the zoom so you can see how much taller he is with his legs fully extended. So you see that. Now I'll zoom out to get him all the way in and take another measurement of our boy Gorgon Petragon. Now he's just under. He's at 8.75 inches tall now. So straightening out his legs gave him another ½ inch total. That is crazy. I mean, this is big. This is Build-A-Figure style right here. I'm going to say that right off the bat. You guys down below, you let me know immediately, if not sooner, what you think about that. We're looking at Medusa first. And I've the hair. One thing that is the same with all of the Medusas we've gotten is that hair makes it absolutely problematic to stand, at least vanilla pose. I'll see what I can come up with trying to pose her more dynamically, but right now I've got her using a base, an elevate base, to keep her standing. And without that base, she would fall back no matter how far forward I bring her. Anyhow, looking at what we got going on, the face sculpt, I'm going to say, because she comes with an additional face plate. She came out of packaging with this angry, teeth gritting face, and still a very nice looking one. You've got the hair, which is all over the place as it's supposed to be. I'm going to turn her around so we could see some more of it. And yeah, she's got the flowing locks for real, as you can see. And as far as the rest of her, she's basically, the suit is purple and her arms are Caucasian colored. She's got the gloves there with the black. And then looking at the rest of her, I have to take her off the stand. There we go. Looking at the rest of her, you see what got going on. But yeah, you can scratch her standing on her own. She's going to fall back, as you can see. That's just what she's going to do. I may as well keep her out there because I'm about to play the articulation game. And I'm actually going to start at the rear. This Medusa is different from the others with the hair because her hair is articulated. So you can swing it left and right. So that may help with some of the balance action when you pose. Because her hair is so heavy that she can look down, but it's going to make her head go back up, and you already know you can scratch moving it back. You can swivel it. You're not going to get 360 because, once again, that hair. And in terms of tilting, you're going to get that, but it's impeded by the hair. She can get you a T-pose. You're going to have to be careful because, once again, the hair is getting in the way. Her right arm will go up, as you can see there, but you have to maneuver it a little bit because, once again, of the hair. That's going to be the saying for the day, I guess. She can rotate, and she would be able to rotate 360 if she didn't have, you guessed it, the hair. She's got butterfly joints, so she can rear back. You have to bend her head in order to do it, and when you do, she gets that far on the rear back. And in terms of the cross body, the hair is definitely going to, and look what I just lost, the faceplate. But we're going to keep doing it like this. You see, that's how close her arms will get. And then give me a second. I'm going to put that face back on. And we're back with the faceplate on. Once again, this heavy head is going to make it, you have to work with it if you want to get anything. She's got the diaphragm But as always with the diaphragm, you're not going to get much going forward. You can get a lot going back. You can go side to side, and you can rotate. And then she has the inverted ab crunch. So she can still bend because of that ab crunch. And because of that crunch, the reverse crunch, she's got back breaking ability right there. She can do the splits that far. She can kick 90, go back almost none at all. She's got the thigh cut, double jointed knees. Get that going. There you go. No swivel at the boot. She can point her toe that far forward, that far up. She's got ankle pivot. And you saw that she has holes, peg holes at the bottom of her feet. So yeah, this hair, while it's accurate to the character, it is problematic to to pose her around. And here's the other faceplate in place, basically a neutral sculpt. When the first one fell out, you saw what it takes to just put it in. You just press it against the rest of the head, and there you have it. And her second set of hands are the typical female graspers. And here we have our Medusa comparisons. And yes, I've got all three standing by having their hair leaned up against the wall. So no, this is no stupendous feat. This is the cheat code right here if you're not going to use a stand or get them in some kind of dynamic poses. On our right, we have the Walgreens exclusive Medusa from several years back. On our left, from even further back, we have the Medusa from the Thanos Imperative SDCC set. And the hair is bad enough in terms of trying to get her to stand. You see that she's taller than the other two. That's because she's blazing heels. So just imagine how much fun you have posing her. Now for the big guy, and he is a big guy, I'm telling you. Gorgon, I've got him posed with his legs fully extended so we can see where all the articulation is when we get to that. But right now, we're going to take a look at the figure itself. And I want to tell you that this guy is accurate to his classic depictions for sure. He looks really good. I'm going to tell you right now, I haven't done, since I've been doing reviews, I've never done a annual top 10. I'm throwing it around, doing it this go round, and I can tell you right now, this guy's making my top 10 for sure. I don't know where on that list he'll fit, but he's going to be on that list if I go ahead and do a top 10. I am loving this figure. He's definitely, in terms of figure form, my favorite Inhuman, and he's been on my bucket list. So I've had two erasers from that bucket list very recently, and they've both been big guys. We've got him, and we have Scourge the Executioner, who we've checked out very recently. Anyway, we're talking about our guy Gorgon here, and looking at the head sculpt is on and cracking. That is how Gorgon has looked for most of his time in the Marvel universe. His little I don't know if you want to call it a poncho or just a cape that you throw around your body, the top part of your body, but he's got that, and it's a loose piece. The collar, which is molded in the brown, is part of it. If you were to remove the head, you could remove the whole thing, so you do have that option. As far as the rest of them, you see his body is molded in that brown. He's got the black going on. His arms, they gave him hair, which is cool, and he's got the wristbands, so that's cool. The legs are molded in a different kind of brown. The upward torso is like a reddish brown, and here we've got more of a standard brown. When we get down to the you want to call it horse, I guess, the equine portion of his legs, they're a caramel kind of brown, and then the hooves themselves, cloven as they are, they're the same brown as his trousers. He's got the texture going down. Meaning Hasbro, got it correct because he had this action going down the front of the trousers from back then. So that's cool. The rear, you see that belt still going, and yeah, that's our boy. And like I said, I've got him basically fully extended so we can see the extent of his articulation. His head is on a ball hinge, and he can't go back that much because of that collar. You know what I'm saying? But he could go back if that collar wasn't present. He can look down that much, which is great because, well, it's obvious he needs to look down on cats. And you get some pivot there, and you could 360 if, once again, that collar wasn't in the way. Now, the overlay here, the wrap, cloak, robe, whatever you want to call that, is because it's, plastic, it impedes his ability to do a T-pose. He could do it if that were removed. The same thing with the 360. He'd be able to do that if it were removed. So you get this and this, so you get that. As far as the rear back, he does not have butterfly joints. So his rear back is going to be basically a 90. You see that right there. So his clasping, his crossbody isn't going to be all that, as you could see right there. You got the bicep swivel. He's got a single jointed elbow that has 3 positions. It's pinned, as you can see there. So I'm trying to figure out, where did we see these arms before? Since they're pinned, we know that these are older arms, but they're still effective. You know what I'm saying? And they don't swivel because they're pinned. He's got the swiveling wrists and horizontal hinge there for the wrist. He's got an ab crunch, so he can go forward that far. He can go back that far. Yes, and then, of course, he's got the waist swivel that's hidden by this skirt piece overlay. So they protected that pretty well. He could do the splits. Crazy for him. Anyway, that's crazy. He can get you, he's not going to get you a 90-degree kick. That's more in the realm of about 70, 75 degrees right there. You got the leg swivel at the thigh. And then here at the knee, it's double jointed. And there's 1, and then there's 2. That's the other joint for the knee. He has a swivel there at the where the trousers meet the leg, and then he's got you can point his toe, like, go up that far with the toe, and if you want to call it a toe, the hoof, and he can point it that far forward. He's got the ankle pivot, and there is a hole, or holes for both of them, at the bottom of those feet. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And like I said, I had him straighten out, but I believe when you're posing him, his legs should be bent like this, and then you do his hoof like this. I believe that's how he's supposed to be standing regularly. But hey, with your figure, do what you want. So that is how our look at Gorgon goes down. And since I mentioned the Executioner in terms of bath size, bath style, here's Gorgon next to the Executioner. And you see what I'm talking about? Gorgon is more of a bath figure than the Executioner is. And here's the other crazy thing. Remember earlier when I said that Marvel Legends scale is all over the place? You also recall I said that Gorgon is listed at 6'7", right? Scourge, and he is taller than most other figures, still shorter than Gorgon. He's listed at 7'2". So, yeah, you just have to deal with it. Now, in defense of Marvel, they have drawn Gorgon oversized before, and in fact, when he mutated to a kind of like a different look, he did gain an inch and was actually 6'8". But then he's since been returned to like what you see here. Here's what those other hands look like. They're graspers. The right one is more of a gripper, and that's because he also comes with this, which is it's like a mace or some sort of receptacle, and I believe that's supposed to be Terrigen Mist in there inside, and it's kind of leaking out because this, I don't believe this is just a messy paint job. I think that's by design because it's molded in this silver, but you've got paint coming down here as it's supposed to be oozing from this receptacle. And we've got the silver paint there, and it just fits. You could tell when they put it, they just slid this over the top there to seat it, and it does. It has articulation. It rotates, so you do have that. And I've been trying to figure out what this is. I still believe it has something to do with Terrigen. We showed Triton with his brother Karnak last go round, and here we have Medusa with her younger sister Crystal. And wherever Crystal is, Lockjaw won't be far behind, unless he's cooling with Black Bolt, of course. And here's what we've all been waiting for, the group shot. We've got the entire family, or do we? Actually, we don't. These are the Inhumans of the royal family. Yes, they're all related, and we've been waiting for the arrival of Triton and Gorgon after we had finally gotten Crystal and Lockjaw. We've had Black Bolt and Medusa before, so we already had them. This really all started off with Karnak, and now, ironically enough, we need to get an updated Karnak. But we're still not done because there is someone missing that we don't think about. But he's part of the royal family. He's not really that much beloved. He's actually a bad guy, and we are talking about Black Bolt's brother, Maximus. Yes, indeed. So once we get that, we will officially have the entire Inhumans royal family. But until then, this is what we got. If I had Maximus, I'd have him off to the side, probably, having in a pose where he looks like he's plotting. But until then, this is what we have. So, yeah, that's all the Inhumans, for this go round. Once again, all we need is Maximus, really, and then this is complete. It will be officially complete once we acquire Maximus. We've gotten, in part one, we looked at Black Bolt and Triton, and then today we looked at Medusa and the supremely massive Gorgon. And yes, his legs are bent like I described they would be, or else he'd look even taller than what he does right now. So pretty cool, It's a good-looking bunch. We've got Triton and Black Bolt on the Vulcan body. Medusa is on the she's on the super articulated female body, and Crystal is on the I want to say she's on the Shriek body, possibly. We already know Gorgon is his lower legs are definitely unique, and I have to think about what his upper torso is from, considering his size. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, looks good no matter what. Anyhow, so let me know below what you guys think about Medusa and Gorgon. What do you think about getting the whole gang together, the whole fam, I should say, together? And is this enough for you? Are you springing for it? Have you sprung for it? Let me know down below. Also, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Hit the notification bell as well, and you will be informed the next time I upload another video. As soon as I'm wrapped up with this, we've got other things coming. Mini Comic Wave is on deck. We've got Mystique coming, Target exclusive. So, yeah, stick around. The fun's just beginning. Peace.